Shaklee is a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, and I came across this document. I couldn't believe it. I've got to share some of it with you. It tells a story of Shaklee, and it's like the genesis of where Shaklee came from and the beliefs that are held by the people who run this company, and it's nuts. This document, it boasts that Shaklee has a unique customer base where 90% of the customers are the distributors. They say that with their whole chest. They also say it's a 6-step pyramidal selling organization, and it gets even better. Right at the beginning, they describe how Forrest Shaklee was just enamored with carnivals and tours, and he became an assistant to a professor who was a hypnotist at a carnival and taught him about the power of positive thinking. And he also learned from a nutrition expert. I'm putting these quotes because the quote is in this document itself. A nutrition expert who would deceive people watching them and like, look at me, I'm so strong, I'm raising up 500 pounds. And he was lifting up a hollow ball. There was also scandal, like from 1973 to 1977, they had some supplement that had alfalfa in it, and it was prone to getting salmonella. And so they used this chemical that was a known, or it ended up being a known carcinogen, ETO. I'll find the document and find the correct terminology for this. And then when they found out, oh, it's this carcinogen, they just kind of like quietly did away with it. They created another method to kill the salmonella that was spawning in their capsules of alfalfa. And the Wall Street Journal did an investigation on it and published it, like calling it a cover-up. This is just nuts. This is like a snapshot of history in time. This article was published in 1989. You see the same rhetoric, about multi-level marketing being the greatest thing. Direct selling is so amazing. You have somebody that is in Shaklee that is saying Shaklee is like IBM for computers. Instead, nowadays, it's like this multi-level marketing company, insert the name of a multi-level marketing company, is like getting in at the beginning of Facebook or Uber or Amazon. They just used different companies back then in 1989. So I'm not going to read the whole document. It's 16 pages, but I'm just going to read certain passages to give you the flavor of the story of Shaklee, because it's worth it. I wish this was a video that I could react to for you, because I was reading it and I was so delighted. I'm like, this is a story time. So get a microwave your coffee, get maybe a big chunk of Toblerone that you have left over from Christmas. It's just sitting on the counter there, and the little shavings of chocolate each time you cut it off with a Henkel knife that you had to sharpen up over and over again, because even though it has 3 little men on it, it's not that sharp after all. Get that, maybe a piece of cheese, maybe some popcorn. Maybe if you're not into coffee, just drink some water, because this is going to be fun. This is the document. Sales management, analysis, and decision-making, Shaklee Corporation. Shaklee Corporation is the leading U.S. seller of vitamins and nutritional products, having achieved this position primarily because of its 2 million member direct sales organization. Members of this, quote, Shaklee family, end quote, do not only sell Shaklee products, they live and breathe the whole Shaklee philosophy of good nutrition and health. The importance of the field sales force is recognized by Shaklee President Gary Shansby, who boasts, quote, many people from industry don't understand direct selling. Someone else could copy our products and our sales plan, but they couldn't copy our salespeople, end quote. It's funny now, fast forward, this was in 1989, fast forward to today, 2025. Last year, 2024, Rodan & Fields changes to an affiliate model. How many participants in Rodan & Fields went over to Shaklee? You just copied and pasted the people over from Rodan & Fields into Shaklee. And the members of the Shaklee family, every MLM says this. Welcome to the Monate family. Welcome to the Olive Tree people family. And how the president says, many people don't understand direct selling. Everybody understands it. They know it's a pyramid scheme. And here's a great quote from Shansby, quote, what IBM is to computers, what General Motors is to cars, what Procter & Gamble is to soap, Shaklee will be to nutrition, end quote. And now here's the history of Shaklee. This is the carnival story with the hypnotist and the nutrition expert. As a boy, Forrest Shaklee was fascinated by carnivals and touring shows. Intrigued by the audience appeal and the message of the touring sideshow artists, Shaklee took to heart the showmanship techniques he saw demonstrated, as well as the occasional wisdom he heard expounded. He soon became an assistant for some of these traveling showmen. There was, quote, Professor, end quote, Santinelli, a well-known hypnotist who frequently lectured Shaklee on the power of positive thinking. Quote, what you think, you look. What you think, you do. What you think, you are, end quote. There was also the physical fitness and nutrition, quote, expert, end quote, Bernard McFadden. I can't. Good old Bernard McFadden, who toured the country entertaining audiences with awesome weightlifting feats and promoting his health magazine. Shaklee assisted in the feats of strength show by hoisting a hollow ball purportedly weighing 500 pounds. Bernard McFadden, it sounds like it should mean something. Like I was trying to get into a Zoom call recently and I put my name as not a pyramid scheme. Like Bernard McFadden. Oh, it just sounds so funny. Shaklee's philosophy of life, good mental and physical health, gradually crystallized, and he became convinced of the effectiveness of salesmanship and showmanship. And besides carnivals, Shaklee tried several other careers. He was a film distributor, an inventor, a chiropractor, who once had a Davenport, Iowa parade in his honor featuring a 50-foot replica of a human spine. The fact that they needed to put that in this document. Why is this relevant? How desperate for attention do you have to be to include this where somebody even knows or cares about this? So in Davenport, Iowa, at some point, apparently there was a parade in this man's honor. And there was a 50-foot replica of a human spine. It wasn't the Marshmallow Man. It was the human spine. And a lecturer whose favorite topic was, quote, thoughtmanship, end quote. Quote, the trouble with most people is that they emulate the humble sheep. Blah, blah, end quote. You can't make this shit up. During this time, Shaklee continued to develop his interest in nutrition. It grew as he noticed improvement in his own health by taking food supplements. Shaklee even claims to have cured himself of tuberculosis and terminal cancer by proper nutrition. Like we've never heard this story before. As a chiropractor, he not only recommended food supplements to his patients, but also developed his own supplements. He soon discovered that he was spending more of his time developing his food supplements and emphasizing this part of his chiropractic business. In 1956, the 62-year-old Shaklee with his two sons, Forrest Jr. and Raleigh, decided to form the Shaklee Corporation. The document then goes on to talk about how Shaklee holds the golden rule up as this code of ethics, that all their distributors should abide by this golden rule. They don't ever spell out what the golden rule is, which makes me believe they don't know what it is, because the golden rule is do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. And if you were to uphold that, you wouldn't be opening up a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme. Shaklee is selling vitamins, and they say we're charging a premium price because our ingredients are natural. Like our vitamins are natural, as opposed to those lousy synthetic vitamins that are found out there. But then they start to publish their ingredients on the labels of their products, and customers find, and the distributors find, that all these claims of just having natural vitamins, they're not. There's synthetic stuff in there. And I wanted to read this quote because not everybody was just enamored with Shaklee. There were people calling this out even back then. Check this out. For example, the chairman of the American Institute of Nutrition's Committee on Public Information was quoted as saying that Shaklee's claims of superiority for its natural vitamins, as opposed to synthetic vitamins, were, quote, pure drivel and utter nonsense, end quote. Now we get to the part where Shaklee describes itself as operating as a pyramid scheme where 90% of its customers are its distributors. They just say it. This is normal. The Shaklee customer. Shaklee Corp has a unique situation in that its prime customer base consists of its more than 2 million distributors or salespeople. Generally, these distributors buy for their family and one or two friends, finding that buying direct to eliminate the retail markup is desirable. It is estimated that 90% of all Shaklee sales are made in this manner. It's not a unique situation. It's going on across multi-level marketing to this day. There's the mention of the salmonella controversy. In 1973, the company began treating its alfalfa tablets, which were prone to infection with salmonella bacteria, with ethylene oxide, ETO, a suspected carcinogen. Shaklee continued the treatments until 1977, when the company discontinued the ETO process and substituted an innovative technique that did not require ETO. In 1982, an investigative report in the Wall Street Journal made this information public, leading critics to charge, quote, cover up, end quote, since the company never notified anyone that the sterilization procedures involved the use of a suspected cancer-causing chemical. Now, of course, Shaklee is like, don't blame us. You should be crediting us with developing this innovative technique that allowed us to abandon using this suspected cancer-causing chemical. And then here's the description of the selling organization. The backbone of Shaklee Corporation is its selling organization with an incentive-oriented compensation structure that is one of the most attractive in the direct selling industry. Shaklee's selling organization is critical to the company's success. Exhibit 8 summarizes each level in Shaklee's 6-step pyramidal selling organization.
Do a pyramid formation, Ben. It's the only way to the top. The bottom is too crowded.
By the way, if you're not following Always Marco, if there's some way that you are enjoying anti-MLM content and you haven't found out about Always Marco yet, you need to go check out his content. He's in a lawsuit right now. He made one video against Primerica. Primerica wanted the video taken down. He had to pull it. This is how weak these companies are, is that one video from one YouTube creator can put them in such a blind panic that they don't know what to do. And I think it's so funny about Primerica because you see participants in this, reps that will just, they're the biggest jerks. Oh my God, you should see these guys on TikTok. They're so rude. And they will say, oh, we're a big publicly traded company, billions of dollars on the NASDAQ and all that. If you're so big and powerful, how come you can't handle one YouTube made by somebody living in Canada? He's got great content. This is one of my favorite videos that he did when he attended a WFG charity game. And I just wanted to show you this clip too, because I'm like, this is it. This is, just bringing it home. This is anti-MLM in Canada.
Woo! Yes! WFG pyramid scheme! Woo! WFG is a pyramid scheme! Ref, did you know WFG is a pyramid scheme?
Okay, back to Shaklee. I'm going to end with this Exhibit 10, where it shows a comparison between Avon, Tupperware, Mary Kay, and Shaklee. Where are each of these companies today? Avon, Tupperware, Mary Kay. Have you heard about any of these companies in the news? Tupperware struggling. Avon struggling. Just because a company has been around for a number of years doesn't make it immortal. Multi-level marketing is dying. Multi-level marketing is fraud. And I'll be happy when I see more and more of these companies just collapse. If you're in the process of waking up, exiting from multi-level marketing, and you're starting to look at different videos on YouTube, maybe you're starting to read different Substack posts, maybe you're on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok, and you're just looking at what people are saying, and you feel maybe, oh my God, do they know that I'm watching their content? I'm too afraid to like a post if somebody might see me, that sense of being watched all the time. I just want to commend you for your courage. You're on your way out. It's going to be a bumpy ride. There's going to be bad days and there's going to be good days, but you're working your way out. You're going to be free. I'm so proud of you. Keep asking questions. Keep critically thinking. And I want to thank everyone here who is watching my videos and just leaving amazing comments. I've been on a bit of a tear. If you've seen, I've been making a lot of YouTube videos. It's kind of giving you a brief glimpse into kind of my work ethic. I'm not saying that it's healthy. I've said this before when I've talked about my involvement in multi-level marketing pyramid schemes. I worked up to a level where I was working an insane amount, and like a lot of people involved in cults, I'm capable of producing a lot of content and I really enjoy it. And I like doing videos. I've, kind of moved over from TikTok and putting a lot of my focus here on YouTube. And I thought, well, I got a lot to say and I'm fine if I keep doing things. I tend to get better at it. I am enjoying it. It's helping me deprogram. It's helping me get more clear on how I can help others understand how to avoid these things and help them exit too. Let them know that they're not alone and also help others survive, help amplify others' voices. It's so heartening for me to see new anti-MLM content creators like take the plunge and tell about their experience and, work through things as they're trying to heal and make sense of things. I'm so proud of you for doing this. I don't know what it is about anti-MLM content, but the views don't seem to matter. People are looking out for your content. They need to find someone who is saying things in a way that they understand. And there are so many companies out there. There's so many people that are at different levels, different ranks. there's so many things that are not covered. People still don't even know about. I just found out that Young Living, for heaven's sakes, it's legal for them to recruit children into their pyramid scheme. And I've spoken with sources who have been in Young Living who have confirmed this. This is just common practice. Everybody that has kids immediately sign up their kids when they're 16 years old, and they're putting people in their downline. And I don't know if other multi-level marketing companies are doing this. So we need more people to be speaking out and creating anti-MLM content. And just I have so much respect for anybody who has been in multi-level marketing and is putting themselves out there. I know what it's taken for you to get out, and I know what it takes for you to speak out as well. And if I can help out in any way, help out to amplify your voice, let me know. And I'd happy to, have you share your story on my channel for what it's worth, whatever I can do to help. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.